Okay, so we just finished up with the day's work. We got a lot of carving done today. That was mostly what I did for the time here. Couple of areas we just got to clean up a little bit. Like this section right here in the center, this little mound, the customer doesn't like it, so we're gonna go ahead and get that out, bring that down a little bit. Other than that, he's pleased. We did start painting along the riverbed here, and also here. We got a lot started with this, pretty much this whole side. As I was carving, some of the foam went onto the paint, so we'll clean that up. Not too bad. Over here along this gorge area, need to clean that up a little bit, but we got started with carving that. And this, believe it or not, is a tunnel. And yes, when I was going to start to carve it, it was still kind of wet inside, so that should be good to go next go around. As I go into the second room, here's the other side of the tunnel, which looks a hot mess right now, but we'll get through that. And then here has been carved as well. So believe it or not, that kind of thing, along with all the cleanup, takes a good bit of time. So that's all I did today. So we'll be back with more progress. All right, so we got the base layer of paint on 95% of the foam. We used 3 gallons to do this overall. So pretty happy about that. All of this is a lot of rock work. A lot of trying to watch track that you don't step on the wrong thing and break something in the process, getting in the nooks and crannies, which there are a lot. But we're very happy with where we're at with this. And then in the other room, actually got a chance to do some highlighting, which eventually will be done on the other side once that paint dries. So yeah, that's where we've gotten so far. And I'll take you back in and show you why I said 95%, because this tunnel here, got it carved, but we certainly did not have enough paint. And the customer is going to continue his rock work with these roof panels here along the side. He's got some work to do here, and then we'll foam above that going around this entrance here. So we had to kind of hold off on that. I think it'll look pretty good, but we did get clearance with his tallest car. Shaved it down a little bit, but still a lot to go. Also, there's going to be a trestle in this area, so we painted it, but we'll probably have to do a little bit more carving once that gets installed, which won't be a problem at all because it's just foam. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to come back and see this job get finished out. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not because of other obligations, but if I am, of course, I'll show you more progress. But I'd say this is a pretty good day's work. Okay, so I wasn't here for the last work session. So from what I see, there was some patch-up work, maybe where there were some holes in the rock work. That's what it looks like, even here on the left side of the mountain. It looks like we wrapped around here with the foam, like the customer asked, so that has to be carved. Looks like he finished his rock work with the tiles. Looks really good. And he decided to paint it. That looks good. Love when customers participate. Gives them a sense of accomplishment as well. And it looks like we started ground foam on the rock work over here. It looks really good. Yeah, everything is coming along. So it looks like we've got to do some more shaving of foam and painting, and we'll possibly get to more ground foam today. We'll see what the boss man has planned for me. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back at the client's house, and I'm actually going to be working alone today, which is fine. I concentrate better anyway. So this is what we accomplished yesterday. We highlighted the rock work and then added ground foam. I think it turned out pretty good. And again, the customer's happy. Did this all along here, along the river banks. Got that all in. Today I got to clean out that riverbed and fill in a couple of cracks to get that ready for painting and water. And let me kind of pan around here. Also along here, the same thing with the highlighting and ground foam. Here's an area right here that I have to do still. Started the painting, but we need to put the ground foam down. Hopefully my spray bottles will cooperate today. Came out pretty good. I also have to start putting the track back together and the bridges in that go around here. This looks pretty good. Paint these sections, pull-out sections that the customer has built. So we'll paint them and get them installed and get the ground foam on those as well. Here's some more work that we accomplished with the rock work. So, I hope I'm not making you dizzy. I'm not trying to. But I've got my day's work cut out for me, so I'm going to turn off the camera and get it started. All right, so I've highlighted this rock work here. I'm going to kind of take you through the process all the way down here. All of that's been highlighted with a, I guess it's a tannish color, as well as a gray, light gray color. And up on this hillside here as well, that's all been highlighted. And over here, so we've got that going. So the next step is to make a mess with ground foam. All of that, got to trim that from around the wall there. We have that under, just so it doesn't touch the woodwork here. So things are moving pretty good. Got some bushes to plant as well. So let me get that going. All right, here's another day that's passed. So I'm going to take you around and show you what was accomplished. One of my biggest goals was to get all bare bench work at least painted. I did get a lot of ground foam down. Some of the areas that are left plain, rows need to be drawn on, structures need to be put in place. But I got all of the bench work covered up with paint at least. Some big accomplishment, except for around the turntable. I didn't do that yet. That's the only section. This section right here in the middle has a structure that'll go over it. But everything else has been covered. As you can see, put a lot of the first layer of grass down right over the wet paint at the time. So that looks like a totally different area. Put ground foam on the side of the rock face here. Got the hillside here covered up with ground foam. I still have to trim that piece of paper there. That's bothering me on the right. Get that off before I call it 100% a day. Right across here, got all the ground foam down inside in the hard to reach places. Kind of left the outside bare with just paint because as work continues, of course, we'll be bumping the edge. But everywhere else I tried to get it, the ground foam. Going into the other room, got all this painted and threw some ground foam on that. Over here, now this section here, I think we need to put some foam here to cover up the edge of that tunnel portal. So I didn't paint it. That's what'll be the next step probably. Got the ground foam in the back corner there. All of this has been painted, even in the back corner where the refinery is. So we have, I'd say 95% covered bench work as far as no bare bench work, which is a milestone. I did start to put some of the track back together, but here I'm gonna have to wait because the paint still needs to dry. He's got his farm scene laid out. As you can see, we've got the extraterrestrial ship there, as well as one painted on the wall. So we'll have to scenic that up eventually. Things are coming along. But I'd say I had a pretty good day here working. He trusted me by myself. Imagine that. So we've got a lot accomplished. So with that being said, I'm gonna sign out. I just laugh every time I see this. Oh. Let's see. You can see, look at the cow being lifted. They're saying, no, you're not taking them. Ghostbusters. It's the only people around that can deal with these kind of matters effectively.